Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another live stream of Hugo's Desk. This week we are doing Honest Showreel Reviews. Please just give me a little note on the chat if you can hear me well. I do apologize if there's some noise in the background. It is incredibly warm in London. It's like 30 degrees and I have the air conditioning on. I can't really be here without the air conditioning. So I do apologize if it's like a little bit loud or if you hear it a lot. I do apologize. Yeah, as you know, we do these streams of showreel reviews every 2 weeks. I know that we've paused the disconstructions. I told everyone last week, 2 weeks ago, about that. I'm just doing a bit of pause because I'm very busy at work, and also I need to prepare the Zeiss shot so that I can present it in disconstructed. So we will be returning to that very soon. I'm hoping that we come back to the disconstructions potentially in about a month from now or something like that. But yeah, thank you so much. I see a lot of really familiar faces in the chat as always. Can't thank you enough for all the support. As you know, this stream is sponsored, just so you know. It's sponsored by BenQ. BenQ is our main sponsor of the channel. Can't thank enough BenQ for supporting the channel for so long. As you know, I've been a big user of BenQ monitors for a very long time, and I really recommend them. In fact, there's a really big video dropping in a couple of weeks' time about that, about my setup and how I have installed all these monitors here on my screen. Because one of the biggest questions I get is like, Hugo, why do you have so many monitors? And so I'm gonna answer that question on that video. Why do I have so many monitors? What is the point of having all of them? I must say though, it's been great to have so many monitors when all these games are coming through, so I can watch 2 games at the same time on the Euro, which is cool. But yeah. So, without further ado, just wanted to thank BenQ. As usual, I'm gonna run their commercial. Thanks, BenQ. Thank you so much to Vincent. Thank you so much to Rita for all the support over the years, and to all the team at BenQ. They've been amazing at supporting the channel all these years, and I can't emphasize enough how much it means, because without their support, I would never have the time or the budget to actually do these streams. So I can't thank them enough. So yeah, Roto is asking, have you ever tried ultra-wide monitors? Yes, I did. In fact, monitor in front of me is a ultra-wide. So that's the one that I'm going to be talking about on the video in the future. Anyway, which team am I rooting for? Well, I'm Portuguese, so I guess I should be rooting for Portugal, but I don't really follow football. I don't really follow football that much. But I guess I'm checking how they are doing. Of course, I'm also checking how England is doing. But I kind of have a feeling Germany has it in the bag. I think so far Germany has been the best team so far. They've been the most consistent team. They've been the strongest team. They flew through the opening games. I think they are a big contender, really, to be honest. But I don't follow football, so I'm not really bothered. But obviously, I think I enjoy watching when it's international teams, and I enjoy when I watch it with European teams, because you get to see the best of football, So, okay, so I'm gonna run the BenQ commercial just to thank them so much for all the amazing support they give us. So, I'll be right back. This is a really short commercial. It's only a minute long. So I'll be right back. And again, thank you so much, BenQ, for sponsoring this stream. Okay, thanks again, BenQ, for all the support and the love. And keep an eye on my channel. I will be dropping some videos that showcase how I use these monitors very soon. I'm actually doing that video right now. Okay, other things that I wanted to just mention, I've dropped the link on the chat. By the end of the stream, we'll be doing a giveaway of my Nuke course. That's the link just there. You can also, of course, use this link. That's the HTML, like the path to go to the giveaway. There's a QR code there as well, and I've left the link on the chat if you want to. So yeah, I'll be giving that course by the end of the stream. This is my Nuke course. Remember how it usually works. You have to be here to win the giveaway. If you're not here, I'll just run the dice again. And also keep in mind that I will do it at the end of the stream. So not right now. So if you don't want to stick around, obviously I would much prefer if you would stay. If you don't want to stick around, you can always come back later. And with that in mind as well, I just wanted to let everyone know that my course is currently 50% off. So it's 50% off across the board. You can either buy the Nuke course or you can buy the workshops, which are 50% off. And also there's the bundle, which is both of the courses together, and also a little bit of a discount on the bundle itself. So it gets like £50 less on the bundle. You don't need to put any code anymore. There's no code. It's just directly sale. As you can see, the red little dot there, it's on sale right now. 50% off, and you can just go to there. No need to put any no codes. No need to put anything on the basket. It just automatically gets into 50%. I'm so happy that Shopify has those options now, which I don't have to put any codes anymore. I just put it on sale, and then I remove it on sale. And yeah, consider, if you like my channel, and if you like compositing, and if you like Nuke, consider supporting the channel either by buying the course or becoming a Patreon on Patreon. That really helps and supports the show. Or you could also become a member on YouTube as well, and then your name as part of the credits of my videos as well. So yeah, so I just can't thank you enough for all the support that all of you give me every year. I also wanted to just really quickly shout out the wonderful book Green Recipes for All from my wife. This is a really big passion project that she did for years now. I've helped a little bit with the photos and the design as well. I'm really proud of Anna of doing this amazing book. You don't need to be a vegetarian. You don't need to be, you don't need to be like vegan. Really, like, if you like good food and if you want to try something new, this is a really cool book to try. The book is also on sale. The book is a bit cheaper now as well if you go to Amazon. It's filled with wonderful recipes, as you can see here. All of them, most of them vegan, most of them vegetarian. You know, if you like good food, you should really give it a go. I hope you can consider supporting Anna's project. You know. This was a very long project. It took 2 years to do, and it's self-published, it's a big effort that Anna's made. So if you have friends that like good food, or if you have relatives or family members that like vegetarian or vegan food, or even just good food, or even buy cooking books, just consider that. It is available on all Amazon platforms. It's also available on Kindle, available on paperback and available on hardcover. Now, I've left the link there on the chat. Obviously, the link goes to the UK Amazon store, but it is available on the US, on India, on Germany, France, Italy. You can buy it somewhere else. You don't need to buy it in the UK, of course. Buy it where you can. But yeah, consider doing that. Support Anna's book. Support small creators and self-published authors. You know, it's always good to support them because they need your help. You know. Anna, as most of us, is trying to do their art and trying to do their work, and they just need the support of the community. So, okay, so with all that in mind, let's just start the review. You know that I have a booking system, so if you want to be reviewed on my stream, you need to go to the links that is on the video description. There's a booking system there for Google Meet. Now, it's fully booked the next 3 reviews. I need to put more reviews out there. So keep an eye on my social media. I will be like posting extra dates. So I'll be posting the next 4 dates for the reviews. They get fully booked quite quickly. So when you see the link, book yourself right away. And you can always cancel or you can postpone later on, but I will always email you to confirm your booking. But with that in mind, let's just jump into the review. Hopefully this goes well. Usually Google Meet doesn't go very well. Hopefully it goes well. Justin is asking something here while I'm opening Google. Just see what he's talking about here. Oh, sorry, window went to the wrong way. Justin says, "Hi Hugo, help settle a debate. I think comedian Andrew Rosso on Twitter really looks like young Ian Fales, but my friend doesn't think so. What do you think?" I don't know who that is. I am sorry to say that. Let's have a look. I have no idea who that is. Is that the first question I have on my stream? Okay, that's cool. Not related to anything. Let's have a look. Who's that? He thinks Andrew Rosso is... He doesn't look like Ian Fils at all. What are you talking about? Oh, a young Ian Fils. Okay, I see what you mean. Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. Like a very young one. Okay, thanks for the... I'll tell Ian about that. I'll let him know. Okay, so let's see if they are here and bring them in to the call. Okay, so where am I here? Oh, wow, that's a flash of white. Okay, so let's see if they are here and if they can join. Of course, Google decided to ask me for my password now. Just right now, I'm trying to log in. I just did it this morning, but of course now, out of the blue, he wants the password again. It's so funny that he does this. Every time I do a stream, he's like, nope, could you tell us your password? Oh my god. It is so annoying. Oh my god. Okay. Is he gonna do it? Is he not gonna do it? Is he gonna log in? No, it's fine, Justin. I think you're right. I think it's actually is similar. You're absolutely right. Okay, so is this gonna paste or not? Okay, it is pasting. Okay. Yeah, okay. I managed to log in. Look at that. Oh my god. It's just so stupid that I had to log in just now. Google is like a paranoid parent, I know. It's just like, okay, do you want to log in now? Can you log in now? Am I waiting for logging in? Sabotaging the reel, yes. That's exactly what's happening here. I love how the chat is like inventing things all the time. That's cool. Okay, so let's see if we can get this to work now. Oh, god damn it. Okay, he's already here. That's great. Okay, so let's bring them in and put some sound in. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hey, hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, great. Let me just give me just 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Um, it's so funny that I have to like log in all the time. Like, okay, thanks so much, Google. That's just so helpful right now. Okay, so let me just lower the sound a bit here. Okay, so okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, I can see you have a webcam and everything. That's great. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
let me just like put this in full screen and let's put everyone watching that. Okay, so everyone can see you now. So once again, thank you so much for joining us on the Honest Showreel Reviews. And as always, like, just wanted to like start. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Levan Lapache, and I'm the co-founder and the managing director at Highway. We have founded our studio back in 2018 with just four guys, like my colleagues and friends from the past. And we have tried to grow like steadily but surely, and we managed to cross the borders of our small country because we are from Tbilisi, Georgia, the country, not the state, for the viewers. And right now we are working with some clients from abroad, like trying to grow, the business and just get on the maps of as many companies and producers and studios as we can. So yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
cool, cool, excellent. Well, that sounds great. And how's work in Georgia? I guess I don't really know much about your country. I know of it, of course, but I never visited, never been
Yeah,
there. How's work? How's the business in the industry in Georgia?
yeah. Well, we mostly get work here in Georgia in commercials, not as much in like feature film or anything else because that side of the business is not blooming, to be honest. But in terms of commercials, I mean, we're doing okay. I can say so.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
Yeah.
And so, forgive me to ask, like, how long have you been doing this? Like, for how long did you start it as an artist?
Yeah, well, I was like 13 back when I started, like just digging my hands into 3D. Back then, it was 3ds Max. It
Oh
was
wow.
version 3.1, if I remember correctly, and it marks like somewhere around 20 25 years now that I've been in the industry. Yeah, and mostly like I've studied in Georgia for sure because I was born here, and then I had the opportunity to study in online animation school called Animation Mentor. I did the course there. I also became friends with like many great and talented artists, and then like it was time for me in 2018 to quit like my regular job together with my friends and to start the studio. So that's like the story in a nutshell.
Cool, cool. Okay, so tell me, tell me what's the objective of this review? Like, we're gonna see it in a minute. The
Yeah,
the video are like, or you just want to show it? And oh, by the way, someone on the chat was asking again, what was the name of the studio again? Someone was asking you.
it's Highway.
Highway. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
someone answered back right away. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Thanks, chat. I see that they are on point there. Okay, so what's the objective of your showreel? Like, are you looking actively for work? You just want to
Yeah.
show your company and your work? What's behind it?
Yeah, well, we and me and like my colleagues have been following you and your work for a very long time. We know about your experience and about like your relationships and your work like in the past and your idea and your thoughts about our portfolio and the showreel in general would be super interesting for us. Like judging from the perspective of the work and the quality of the work itself, and also the way the portfolio and the showreel is constructed, right? So the editing and all this kind of stuff. So generally speaking, the purpose of this from our side was to get your idea and your thoughts about our works and about how the showreel is constructed, whether you like it or not, what should we improve, and like to help us out a little bit.
Okay, cool. Well, sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna just like share my screen. Just give me a moment. I'm also like going to do something else as well. I'm assuming you have, of course, a website, and it's
Yeah,
called. I'm just gonna like put it on the screen as well. So that's. I'm assuming it's just like Highway Studios, I guess, isn't it?
that's highwayvfx.com.
Okay, highwayvfx.com. Just
Yeah.
put it up here, and so that everyone can see it. Oh, you have some cows here.
Yeah.
That's
You're also
cool.
gonna see them in the showreel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I keep telling this to people. Like I haven't really seen the show reels. I'm trying to now do this blind when I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
these reviews.
That's
Just
amazing.
well, just like people do on interviews. Like you get to the
Yeah.
interview and you don't really know. So I'm trying to do it that way.
And that's also the most interesting part for us because we're gonna get the genuine reactions from your side.
Yeah, of course. This is cool, man. You have a this is a this a place? This is a beautiful city. Wow, it has like
Yeah.
a really big castle on the top there. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That castle is actually the Narikala fortress. It marks the 4th century.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, it's pretty old.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the link on the chat so
Yeah.
everyone go and show the love to Highway here, and I'm gonna like also follow you on LinkedIn as well.
Thank you so much.
And then check you out later. You don't have Twitter, but you have YouTube. What are you doing on YouTube? You just like posting stuff?
Yeah, just posting our works. That's it. Nothing
Oh,
else.
that was very loud. Sorry. It was like with the sound already.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check your work later. And Instagram. Let's have a look here. Okay, cool. Cool, man. Oh, this is nice. It's really nice. Okay, cool. Okay, well, let's just put in the showreel rolling so everyone can see it. Okay, and then we'll start. So just give me a second. I'll share my screen in a second. Let's just watch it for a second. I won't put any sound because I'm assuming I might be claimed on YouTube. So I'll just put the showreel going, and so we can have a look at it. Okay, so but before we even start going shot by shot, I'm just looking at it now. Is all of this is commercials, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's mainly commercials because that's the part that we are mostly active in at the moment.
Cool.
But this year, the 2024, is pretty important for us because we are trying to go through the MPAA accreditation with the TPN.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be eligible for the Netflix and Disney and all this big boys in the game. So yeah, we are in the process of actually doing this certification.
Ah, cool. That's excellent. That's really good news. Is there any short films or music videos here, or is this just commercials?
There are just commercials. We have actually worked on a very, very interesting short film, the sci-fi short film for one of our German director friends, which is not released yet, but I'm sure it's going to be released like in a couple of months. So yeah.
Cool. Well, you have a lot of really good work here. Obviously, as I keep saying on this reviews, like I tend to do amateur or junior or student showreels on the reviews. And so whenever I get real work, like work that has been delivered to a client, I always tell the audience, like that I'm not going to do a lot of notes because I understand the problematic relationship between a client and the facility. And I understand that sometimes choices were made not to the best interest of the shots.
Okay. Yeah.
So I understand that sometimes when we see something that it doesn't work, it might not be the fault of the artist, but it might be bad feedback or limited budgets or limited time. And so whenever it's like so I just want to tell this to the audience because if you spot something, consider that they might not have time to fix it. So
Yeah.
because it's different for students have all the time in the world, and so I'm much more thorough and much more picky with students because they need to like deliver the best
Yeah.
work because
Sure.
they had so much time.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick so that you can see, so that we can go frame by frame, and that way. Okay, so I'm going to share this one here. Just give me a second. Okay, cool. You should be seeing my screen, at least the
Yeah,
video.
I see it.
You should be
Yeah,
seeing
sure, sure.
Okay, so let me just minimize minimize this and give me just 1 second. Okay, cool. Give me just 1 second, just like trying to get this to... It's always so complicated, this thing with the screens. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Google Meet is just I don't know. Like the only thing I can say is that it sucks. That's the only thing I can say. It actually sucks.
And we are still using it, right?
Yeah. Well, I was using Zoom before. I
Mm-hmm.
told this story on the chat. I was using before, but then Zoom, like all companies, decided to increase the price like 3 times more expensive out of the
Yeah.
blue. And I just said, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. Like, so I'm not. And so I'm using Google Meet, which is free.
Yeah.
I know it's a pain. It's not as slick as Zoom, but they're not going to get my money. It's a question of principle. I have the money to pay Zoom. It's just that it was really like misleading the way that they've just increased the price out of the blue with no extra features, nothing new, nothing extra.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
Oh, I do this
that's right.
often. I just recently did the same with Adobe as well. Adobe also
Mm-hmm.
increased the price for no
Mm-hmm.
reason, and I
Mm-hmm.
canceled the subscription. That was it. So I just don't like how these companies like mess around with artists like
Mm-hmm.
this, So anyway,
Yeah.
let's just go through this. You can see the screen. Everyone can see the
Yeah,
screen,
yeah,
so
sure.
we're all happy. Okay, so let's start with the first thing. Tell us a little bit about this thing, of this dude and this desert-like thing going on. What is this?
Yeah, so this was the commercial done for a local beer company, as weird as it sounds. And this guy actually is Dolph Lundgren, you know, the actor?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge fan of
So,
Dolph Lundgren, of course.
yeah, they had him like bring on the stage here in Georgia, and we have shot him against the green screen. So
Oh,
just the part where he's standing is real, and everything else is CGI around him. So yeah, basically we had to create this world of imagination inside his hand, and he was giving like this motivational speech. Sorry, and yeah, that was it. Actually, this was a 1 minute long commercial. It's actually on our website if people want to see it, and it was pretty tough because we had to deliver it in like 3 weeks, which
oh
was like
man.
insane. It was absolutely insane. But this was done back in 2018. So yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
one of our
yeah,
first works at
yeah.
the studio.
So how you don't have a breakdown? So how was he filmed? Was he on a green screen? Was it a full
Uh,
roto job? How was it?
Yeah, we actually have the breakdown as well on our website if people
Okay.
want to see it. So he was shot against the green screen, and the ground was real, and those pillars, around him, some of the pillars were also real, and
Okay, I
everything
see.
else we have done like using Houdini and all the major stuff in the industry. So yeah,
Okay. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Okay, cool. Oh, you have a breakdown here. Cool. I'm gonna
yeah,
just look at the breakdown real quick.
sure.
Okay, let's have a look at that. This probably has some. Sound. No, 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 no. I want to be claimed. Oh, it's really low res. Oh, of course, default to 360p. Of course, why not? It's exactly what we want. Okay, cool. Oh, I see, I see. So it's like a full. And did you guys have like interactive lighting on set and everything?
Yeah, we actually had some lighting on him, like to just mimic the environment around him, but everything else we had to add on top. So yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Apologize. You're not seeing this because I was just sharing only. Let me just share the actual screen so that you see everything that I'm showing. Apologies for that. You're because I've only shared the video. I'm gonna share the entire screen so that way you can actually or I can just do it. Yeah, no, wait a minute. Entire screen, share, and that way you can see the whole thing. Which was what this was what I was showing. Why is this on? Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what I was going through. Is this the one? No, that's the one. That's the one I was showing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just asking about the lighting. So I'm saying this because that's the first thing I noticed was that it didn't had enough lighting to really go through all these lightning effects. I guess that on set,
We
probably
had some.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
we had
probably
some
needed some.
flickering.
Yeah, you probably needed
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
more powerful. Like that's what I
Yeah.
meant. But
Like
that's
you see some lights in the background, like
mhm.
whether they are like flickering from time to time to imitate this
Yeah.
lighting effect.
This is really good work, man. It's really, really good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. For a commercial, it's quite impressive. Damn, it's like Jesus. This is like a lot of work just for a commercial.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
let's
you.
just go back to this thing. So yeah, so what I was saying was this kind of stuff. So there's two things. As you said in the beginning, you were interested to see my first thoughts, and so
Yes, absolutely.
the two first things that I would say is that when I see lightning this powerful, I'm missing a much more bigger rim light on him. And again,
Right.
keep in mind that I know that there was limitations and you had limited time and you probably couldn't do this, all of this. But if we had, oh, sorry, I completely forgot that I'm not sharing my screen to the audience. Sorry. Apologies, everyone. Hey, this is still a garbage truck on fire sometimes. I'll just share again what I was just showing people.
Sure.
So this was I was showing people. So apologies that I wasn't sharing my screen. This was the breakdown I was sharing. Apologies for that. So, and that's the full breakdown, so that people can see it. Yeah, he's still pretty fit, Def Long Rain.
Yeah, he is.
He's really
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, and he's pretty tall, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I really love these films. When I was younger, I still do. I mean, I have a soft spot for these kind of films, especially Expendables. And although the last one was terrible,
Yeah.
it's absolutely terrible. But I still went to go to see it on the cinema. Yeah. So as I was saying, I kind of feel that it should have been a much bigger light on set, like a huge 10K or more, to just get like a huge rim light on his back, and then also get a bigger shadow on him, because when we have lightning like this, you should be getting shadows across the board. So that's missing. That's the first thing I mentioned. The other thing I've also noticed right away was that there's a lot of like lack of, like, there's a lot of noise, a lot of things happening on your particle, especially at the beginning here. And of course, this also might be compression, but you see the wispness of the little dots, and it's almost like it's not thin enough. It should be thinner. It should have more detail. And so that's the two things that I noticed right away, was those two things. But it looks great. I feel like it's a great, for a commercial, it's fantastic. And so
Thank you.
But for a film, if it was a film, it needed to have those extra things.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
But I understand if you did this in a few weeks, that's like congratulations.
Thank you.
It looks great.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So it's like I think you guys did an amazing job. Okay.
Thanks.
Let's get to the second one, the cow. So what's going on here? What is this?
Yeah, so this was actually for a Vietnamese milk company. We did this together with a Greek VFX company called Ixor. Actually, we produced this, but they got the job and we produced this. And we had to build, like, everything here is CGI. Like, the backgrounds are made painting, but the foregrounds it's fully CGI. So we had to animate the cows singing along some lines that they had. It's like came out pretty funny because the speaking cows don't really go realistic that much. But still the overall effects, what the client wanted, they got it, and it was like funny and like challenging also for us.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to always get right. I mean, if you think about it, the top of the cow looks pretty realistic, because we are so used to seeing a cow that we are going to be happy with that part. But then the bottom is a bit like, what the hell is going on? So it breaks the suspension. Having said that, Your second shot looks incredible. Like, this shot looks very good. I mean, this is very good work. The realism of the skin and the texture and shading, and then the underwater feeling to it. This is a very well accomplished shot.
Thank you.
Much more realistic than the previous ones. I think the problem with this one is a combination of things. It's like, of course, they're all singing, so it's a bit weird. But also the camera is doing something strange. And also I think the depth of field effect is a little bit too exaggerated. And so it makes it look a bit cut out. It makes it look a bit fake. So at least that's my reaction. This depth of field looks a bit weird. But and that's why you get like the uncanny valley with the mouths and everything, which is not happening on here. It's not happening here because the water looks really good and the grading is looking really great, and also like the diffusion that you have on the water here. This is really a good shot. Incredible work here. And then we go back. Yeah, exactly like Nub is saying on the chat. The bubbles really sell it. I think so too. I agree with you, Nub. And then the third shot. This is also goes back to Uncanny Valley, and again, keep in mind, I'm just giving notes if this was real. This is obviously not real at all. So it's a fantasy setting. So for a fantasy setting, it looks great. I don't think it's a problem at all. I think you guys did a great job.
I truly appreciate everything you're saying. So keep it going.
Yeah, of course. No, I feel like that's not the point of this commercial. It's not to be real. That's not the point. You know, like I just feel that you guys have achieved something special with this second shot. You know, oh, sorry, sound is back. I don't want sound. Now, this shot here is also pretty much almost there. I feel like everything is working really well. I have a feeling that the water, the water on the tank here, there is something fishy going on. Like, there is two things that comes to mind in my head. The first thing is that I'm not so sure. It looks like an ocean at the moment, and because it's really thick and really deep, and you don't get like, if this was a really small pool, I would feel that I would see a little bit more transparency into the pool. Usually when you look at a pool, you get to, because the water is pretty thin and there's no depth enough to make it darker, because when you go to the ocean, you just see dark blue. You see, especially on the front here, this really looks like an ocean. And so it looks like your pool is too depth, but then the cow is too high up. So I think this water should have been a bit more semi-transparent. It should have looked a bit more like maybe the one on the left side than the one on the right side. This is a really small nitpick, and I'm just like thinking out loud. Sure. I think it should be fixed. The other thing as well is that I'm missing a wet line on the cows, because obviously if the water is going up and down, it would have been, you would have seen maybe a few more centimeters of wet fur, because maybe the water went up and down and up and down, and so if you needed like a wet moisture layer just across the two cows there. I think that's missing there as well. Yeah. Now on this side here on the water, this one looks great. Maybe if anything, I would just say that maybe the water is a tad too thick on the bottom here, and it's like not really interacting too much on the bottom. So I'm missing the puddle of water that you would have had on the floor. So it looks like the water is just going directly into the grass, and there's like a hole there. First of all this grass would have dropped with the weight of the water, and then a puddle would have been forming there. But again, this is all notes if this would have been more realistic. Sure. So
it would also be like much darker or like across the legs, you know, but the client was too picky, as I remember, and they were like, you know, just they wanted like cows to be as white as possible, and in some shots they even seem like cut out, to be honest, because making them white made them like move out of the environment or jump out of the environment. So that was also the issue we were chasing around.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. No, I just, man, I know how it is. I've done so many commercials on my life. Like, You get the client in the room and they start picking apart shots and they start asking for weird stuff, and sometimes they just ask for the sake of it because they have to say something, and then 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times we cross the border where we are on the shot looks really good, and then it progressively gets worse from there. So that happens all the time, like in commercial especially. Just a really small note going back here, I think now that I'm looking at this again, this is where the depth of field looks a bit fake. You see like how we have the legs so sharp here, and then the right after it's already fully blurred, the foliage and the floor, and it looks like it's a bit too extreme. So I would have softened that up. Okay, so let's go back here. So cows are all having fun here, having a feast. Okay, yeah, this shot looks good. I feel like the only thing I would say is that the grass, the only thing that comes to mind as soon as I see it, I think the cows look cool. The backgrounds look cool. I like the little haze that you have there. I feel like the grass looks weird that it's so high up. So it's the grass has a lot of air in between the grass. And so it should have been either more grass piled up or it would have been dropped down. It needed more breakup as well, and more, because it almost looks like you have in between the grass there's space. It's not completely dropped to the floor. And so I'm missing that. And also like the grass on this side here, it's all very even and perfect, and I would have broken up that a bit more. But again, really small nitpick.
Sure.
Okay, so this is another thing, right? It's not the same with the cows.
Yeah. So this was done for our very famous local spring water company called Borjomi, which also sells worldwide. Actually, they are in like US and like Europe and like different countries. They also sell in UK.
Cool.
Yeah. So and they have this deer as their like mascot, which they have on the bottle engraved, and they wanted to make it come alive. So this was our task in that case, to create the character and with the fur and everything. And also this effect that goes on top of it, this blue effect. They were calling this the rejuvenation effect whenever she drinks or it drinks the water. So it gets this effect as if it comes alive or something like that. Yeah.
And so is this again like the dude is shot on a green screen, or is there like a piece of set built?
No, actually, this is all real. This is set.
The forest,
and
the whole thing.
Just the deer is integrated.
So was it already this moody and foggy, or did you? Was it like that?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, it looks really good. I mean, if this is all real and integrated, I think you did a really good job. It's a really strange looking fog, but I've been in forests in Sweden where I've seen this before as well. But yeah, this is really well accomplished, especially if you go to this shot here. Like, I really think the deer is really well integrated. Lighting looks good to me. Like the fur looks good. I mean, I think you did a great job, and you even did like the interaction with the water on the feet there as well. Is this thing also on set, or was this?
Yeah, that was real. That was also on set. Yeah.
Yeah. So you did a really good job with the interaction of the water. And then there's the effect, of course. So what is the effect doing, by the way? Oh, is it like it's shaking the?
Yeah, it's going around the body and kind of moving around the fur.
Oh, I see.
Like as if the wind was blowing or something like that.
I see. Because he drank the water, I guess. That's
why.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, well, actually, no. I'm looking at it now. I really have nothing to say, because I was judging the depth of field, but I can see that it's quite sharp with the grass there and the water, so it's actually quite matching. Now, you guys did a wonderful job with this shot.
Thank you.
Wonderful job. The only thing that looks weird is the effect. Like, it's a shame that it's there because it all looks so real and didn't really need this effect. But I understand that it's part of a bigger commercial. But the effect itself is also really cool as well. So
thank you. We also went through like 10 or 20 iterations, if I remember correctly, with the effect. As you mentioned, the first one was way better. Then it all went downhill from that. And It is what it is. This is all I can
Yeah.
say at this stage. Yeah.
Keep telling this to my most of my students don't believe me, and keep telling this to my students all the time that we, I've had commercials at the mill where we did 70 versions, 80 versions,
Mm.
and I kid you not, like version 20 was the best one. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like, and sometimes we go all the way back to something that looked exactly like version 2 or
Mm-hmm.
3. So
Mm-hmm.
it's part. I mean, it's part of the process as well,
Yeah,
and I understand
sure.
that as well. And I keep telling my students that don't get frustrated because it is part of the process. You need to go through this.
Yeah.
There's a creative process going on. People are giving feedback. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people on a company. There's CEOs and there's managers and
Mm-hmm.
directors, and so there's a lot of people involved. So, yeah, looks great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so what's up with this little dude here, this giraffe?
Yeah, so this giraffe is called Jose, and
Okay.
he's like the icon to our kids here in Georgia because we have 2D animated films of him. He actually also has the YouTube channel with like lots of subscribers here in Georgia, and this is the commercial for the bank where they had this tagline that they want to involve the character in their commercial, and they wanted to make him the 3D version for the very first time. So they called us. We jumped into the project, and I mean they loved the results, and it was pretty interesting for us as well because we did like approximately 20 shots in 10 days, I believe. It was something like that.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, it looks great, looks cute, looks funny, it looks integrated. I mean, it's a completely made up character, very stylized,
Yes,
so it's never really
yeah,
gonna look better than this. I think you guys did a great job. I really
yeah.
like
Thank you.
the look, the grittiness of it, the grain of it, the reflection, interaction with the shadow there on the feet. It looks very
Thanks.
good. I really don't really have anything to say. I'm surprised that they allowed being a commercial. I'm surprised that they have
Mm-hmm.
allowed it to be so gritty and so moody.
Mm-hmm.
Looks great. Because normally, like usually, sometimes commercials are overlid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is really looks like a film. It's really nice,
Mhm.
especially the last shot. The last shot is, I think, from all the shots here, the last and the first one is the
Hmm.
best one. This is
Thank you.
great. This is a great shot with the water in the car, and it's really well made. Like I think it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And then this also from a static point of view and staging point of view, they look great.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Nothing to
Thanks.
say. So what's going on here with the discount Transformers playing football?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this was like totally crazy for us because this was also one of the first projects that we did at Highway, and our friends from the agency called us up and told us that we're doing some Transformers commercials, and we were like, "What are you talking about?" Just send them some briefs or some images to look at, and they actually were not lying. So they wanted us to do some Transformers. This was done for a local betting company. It was like they had this idea of giving the cars away to the people, like to
Okay.
win. It's something like a lottery or something like that. So they were playing football because it was like football time here in Georgia, and the football is cherished here, as you might know. And we had to shoot this commercial. It was actually a 1 minute film.
Actually, I
Yeah,
forgot to mention that because I didn't see all the games yesterday. So did you
yeah,
guys went through the next stage?
yeah, yeah. We went through.
You
We
so
went.
you got third place, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Sure, sure,
fantastic.
sure.
That's amazing news. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Like the whole country was going crazy yesterday night. To be honest. Yeah,
Because I
it was
remember
pretty
I was
much.
watching the other game. I was watching I was watching the other game, and also there was a debate with the prime minister here
Yeah,
in the UK at the same time as the games. It was really
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
They did a debate with the prime minister at the same time of the games. But I wasn't sure because I know it was all open until the end that we didn't know if
Yeah,
Georgia was going to go through or not. That's great.
yeah. So we went 2-0 and we went to the next stage, and we're playing against Spain.
Spain.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, you guys are super motivated now
yeah, yeah.
because
We are. Yeah.
you've beaten the European champions. So it's like, and I have to say, like Portugal played so poorly. It's just
Mm.
ridiculous how bad they played. And hey, I'm Portuguese. I don't really
Yeah. No,
care, but I just like they were so bad. They were
yeah.
so bad. But you guys did fantastic, and so well done. I only saw the last 10 minutes of the game because, as I said, I was watching the debate of the election here, and I can't be bothered watching Portugal sometimes because they are so boring sometimes playing. It's always last minute the way they play. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate on the chat about that. The Portuguese guy that doesn't like Portugal. But they need to hear like some criticism as well sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
How confident are you guys with Spain? You guys?
I mean, well, we are hoping for the best, but realistically, we do not have some good past with the Spain. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay. Apologies for hijacking your but it is football on the screen.
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
Okay, so they wanted like Transformers. So tell me a little bit about this. Is there anything shot, or is it the whole thing real?
Yeah. So we have this main stadium here in Tbilisi, which is called Dynamo Stadium, and we only had 3 hours to shoot anything we wanted because of the lights, because they are like super expensive and they could not keep it lighting for more than 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we had to like work with super tight schedule and plan everything. So we would shoot this 1 minute commercial in 3 hours. There were 60 shots in total, lots of shots. And we had we had actually shot the stadium without the crowd or anything. And instead of the robots for the size and the distance, we had these sticks, like long sticks with a height of 20 meters. So the cameraman could point at the right direction whenever we would place the robots at a later stage. So yeah, that was it, and then we have placed the crowds in the back.
Do you guys have any breakdowns on the website about this?
I'm not sure. No, we don't have the breakdown for that, unfortunately.
Okay. I was just checking. Okay, cool. I see. No, it makes sense because it's incredibly expensive to put the lights up, and also like the lights, because they're super powerful. People don't realize how powerful they are.
Yeah,
it's really a lot of electricity. I think you guys did a great job. Like obviously, if I go frame by frame, I can notice that you guys have a little repetition going on the crowd
absolutely.
there, and it should have been more breaking up, and it should have been, especially there's like very strange looking, suspicious people sitting here, especially these three dudes. Why are they here? But again, it's so fucking blurry. I mean, it's not even most of the shots. It doesn't really matter. Now, tell me one thing: is this depth of field the actual depth of field shot on camera? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we are always trying, like especially our VFX supervisor is always trying to match the actual shot, like in terms of depth of field and the grains and everything else. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really well made. I feel like it doesn't really matter that the audience doesn't look that good because it's only this frame that you actually even see it. I think you guys did a really good job. Now, these signs that are here, are these signs, these were not the signs there, were they, on the stadium?
Yeah, well, those are replaced.
They were replaced.
Those are replaced, yeah.
If anything, I would say that the signs, like, maybe it's the only thing that kind of like on that first shot looks, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I feel like everything is actually looking quite nice. It's so hectic. Do you have the whole commercial on the website? The whole thing?
Yes, you can see it. Yeah, sure.
Wanted to see the whole thing.
But we only have like 35 to 40 seconds cut there. It's not the full 60-second cut. So yeah.
Where is it? Here we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm just gonna like play it real quick here.
Yeah, sure.
Because you guys have a few Dropbox.
Yeah,
you have some breakdowns. Yeah, cool. Let's have a look at this. Just so I can see the whole thing. This is crazy how fast you had to shoot this. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Does it have any music that is? I mean,
it should not require any license because they have bought the music.
Yeah, it's a commercial, so it's a yeah. Let's listen to it then. so nuts.
გახდი მეტი ვიდრე მაყურებელი. გაატარე მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ლიდერბეტთან ერთად და მოიგე საოცნებო ავტომობილები. ლიდერბეტი, ყოველთვის ლიდერი.
Jesus. So you win. You basically win a car as watching. That's nuts. Okay. Yeah, I understand why you put the shots you did on the showreel, because you do have inconsistency in the shots. Some of them look really amazing,
Yes.
others don't. Oh, I see now what you mentioned about the sticks. That's cool. I'm glad the client, I'm glad you guys have this here, because often we don't get to see this. This is really nice. Yeah, it's really, really good work. Let's have a look here. So... Oh, when I pause, it doesn't pause. That's weird. Why doesn't it? Oh, okay, that's strange. Yeah, I was just trying to pause. It doesn't pause. That's right. It becomes black when I pause. That is very strange. I was just trying to. It doesn't really work. Does it pause like this? No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not sure why. I was just checking because the signs that were there, the real ones, are a lot darker, and they are in shadow. And I think that's weird that the new ones are not in shadow. They're really popping out, but maybe it was a client request. But I think you guys did a great job. It's just that
Thank you.
I think in some shots on the entire commercial, sometimes you have a few that look very CG-ish and very clean and too clean. And other times the shots look incredible. So it's a little bit inconsistent, but I think that has to do with the speed. If you're
with the timing,
if you're gonna do something so quickly, you can't keep up the quality on all of them.
Yes.
But I do think you did a wonderful job with the motion blur and the depth of field. I feel like it's great.
Thank you.
And yeah, cool.
There's also this one thing with doing projects in this kind of stressful environment, because it gives you different kind of experience which you can apply at a later stage on the other projects, versus the ones where you have all the time you need in the world and you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I know, and it allows you to be more creative and make decisions, and also come up with solutions. I know. And again, most people forget that commercials are watched only a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and will never be seen ever again. And so they are. I'm a big advocate for not being too picky on commercials, because they're just trying to showcase something. They're trying to sell something. And most people watching commercials, the ones that watch commercials, because most people try to skip commercials, they're not even going to really be watching those details. And so I think as a commercial, it works really well. It looks spectacular. It's really well achieved, well made. Yes, some shots look a bit weird, but it's I think you guys did a great job. You know which ones they are, and there's nothing. It's it's easy to see and to spot them. Okay, cool. So what's happening with this thing here?
Yeah, so this was also done together with the IXO VFX, the Greek company that I mentioned. We are already longtime friends and colleagues, so we are constantly working together. Cool. So this was actually done for I believe it's a crypto game, and metaverse game, which they are developing. So this was a cinematic trailer done for them, and also the situation is the same here as well, because we tried to pick out the most interesting shots and put them in the reel. So yeah,
cool. Well, on this first shot here, I've noticed that you have two breakups on geometry. You have a hole here on the shoulder pad there, or maybe it's part of the design, but I don't think it is, because there's no hole there, and then it breaks up. I don't want to be awkward or anything, but it breaks up here as well. I don't know, it'll be awkward there, but there's like a little broke up there
Yeah.
as well, which has only happens like 2 frames. And it's a very awkward place. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. So there's like some geometry collision problems there.
Yeah.
Noticed them right away. But the rest looks great. I mean, it's a stylized cartoon commercial. You know, the design of the character looks great. You know, I like the animation. The motion blur is looking good. The lighting is looking good. The design itself is looking good. I don't really have any issues with it at all. And these 2 things could have just been fixed with paint, you know, like a little bit of paint over. I also like the 2D effects that you guys put in. Those are cool as well. Now, is the other one also part of the same commercial? This is
this is for another game. This is a trailer for another game that we did,
Cool.
but we don't have this as a separate work into our portfolio. We only have the rights to use some bits in our showreel.
Cool. Yeah, again, I mean, it's very stylized work. Really not going to comment much. I mean, it is supposed to look like a cartoon in a 3D animation. It's it looks cool. Don't really see any mistakes or any problems or any breakups of geometry. I mean, if I'd be honest, like from a aesthetic or a creative point of view, it's not really the style I would do, and I don't really like the style. I like this. This is a nice style, but this one, you know, this is up to the client. The client is the one that has to decide that. I'm not the one that I can give advice, but then it's up to them to decide. But it looks all cool. Looks good. Lighting looks nice. I like all of this. You know, I like this button, and this is all still the same, isn't it? It's all still the same commercial. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Let's get into this car here, full of dots.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So this was done for Honda City for the Indian market. This was actually our first project where we had to leave the country to supervise abroad. And it was like super exciting for us. So we have shot this commercial on a F1 close track in Delhi. And from the beginning, the idea was just to leave the car and replace all the environment behind it. But as we stepped into the project and as we checked the materials and the problems that it had, like with only the background replacements, we decided to do everything in CG. So the car is everywhere CG as well as the environment. Yeah. And this was kind of a tough decision from our side because it was not agreed with the client. And since the agency was a very close friend of us, we have proposed this idea, showed them a couple of shots that we did like in full CG, and they loved it. And we proceeded doing the whole commercial in the same manner.
Cool. It looks really good. I mean, is it the same exact model that you're replacing?
Yes, absolutely. We had the CAD model. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking this because sometimes, you know, like there's a slight update on the models, and we used to do this a lot, like in commercials, where we would replace cars because we would go on set and it was the older model, and then we would have to wait for the new one, and that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking, you know, because I kind of notice, like, I mean, it's a very good match, but it's not 100% matched with the original in terms of the shape, and you know, you can kind of see, for example, here. That's why I was asking. The fender on the front is slightly larger, the one that you put in. Slightly
maybe because
you know?
The CAD file was provided from their side. So yeah.
That's why I was asking. And I was going to say this because I was surprised to see a breakdown because, you know, over the years, all commercials that I did with cars, we've never been allowed to do a breakdown because majority, I don't know if people know this, but majority of car commercials are not real. Like 90% of commercials of cars, there's no car there, or there's another car there, you know, other model. Because either the car is not done yet, or the full model is not finished, or the client decides to put another model, or the client decides to put another specification on the commercial. Or sometimes we have to do commercials with multiple specs on the commercial. So you have to like do for different countries, you would have different variants. And so that's why I'm surprised to see a breakdown because we're never allowed. I mean, famously, we we did a commercial. I remember like the company did a commercial where I was at, and they shot the wrong car by mistake, and then we had to replace the whole thing, and we're never allowed to do a breakdown, of course, because it was a mistake.
No, I mean, we didn't have any sort of restrictions in this case because the CAD file provided, they claimed that it is the 100% the same car. So we just played along, and we were also not restricted to do any kind of breakdown in this case. But I understand what you mean, and I didn't realize it until this point, because I remember this car that Mill invented for VFX shooting. It's Mill's car, right? So where they're adjusting the wheelbase and everything to fit the 3D car. So
yeah, we used to do that all the time. Like, this was one of the biggest bread and butter projects that we used to have at the mill, which was to do cars and also stadiums as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if the car is still being used. I'm not sure. It was while I was still there, and then when I left, they still did it for a few years. But yeah, that was the whole point of that, because it was just because we were starting to get so fed up of having to replace it all the time anyway. And so we kind of just said, oh, fuck it, we'll just like do this and then replace it anyway. It also had like built-in 360 cameras all around, so you could photograph the whole thing in the environment for the reflection. So, but Levin, I have nothing to say. The commercial looks great, looks amazing.
Thank you.
I think you guys did a fantastic job. Replacement looks great. The design, the motion, like the whole thing looks really fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
I think you guys did a great job. There's really nothing to say. The flare is on point, the sky, everything. Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about this shot here.
Yeah, so this project is from the same the trailer that we discussed before with the girl.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like
I see this girl. Yeah.
I
see.
So these characters are from the same world and the same project.
Looks great. Very, very pretty in terms of lighting and color balance, and the color combinations are really great. The lighting is on point. Very, very pretty. It's very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
So you guys did a great job. There don't really see any breakups on geometry this time. If anything, looks kind of weird that maybe the shoulder here is a bit broken. Kind of looks like he's like broken his own arm here, just on that moment. So the muscle system here is not working as it should. But again, he's a cartoon character. Maybe it doesn't matter. But the whole thing looks really slick. And then they're on the car here. This is still all the same.
Yes.
Looks really great. Okay, cool.
But this is a different project. Yeah.
And then we go to Panda, to Kung Fu Panda, I guess here.
This is a chicken Kung Fu master. It's actually crazy because that this chicken is from a company that sells the chickens, obviously. and they are famous for selling a non-frozen chicken. Maybe it's a thing in Georgia because they say that it's way better than the frozen one. That's been left in the fridge for the years. So this is like you see here the Sub-Zero version of the same chicken. so he fights against the frozen chicken. So that was the idea.
Oh my God. You guys have like the Matrix shot here and everything. That's great. It's really pretty cool. I really have nothing to say. This is all looking really cool. I would just little small things. I think when he breaks the wood, it would have been nice to see some little pieces of chips of wood also coming out of it, because it's really solid. It almost looks like it's plastic or instead of wood. So it would have been nice to see some chips there. And in here, since the sun is so powerful, I do think that it would have been a bit more powerful, and then you would have got more light trap and more silhouetted than this. But again, it looks really pretty. It's not really much, and this is all really nuts and crazy, and the frozen chicken is. This is a really cool project.
Thank you. Yeah, we also enjoyed working on this because they gave us the creative freedom actually. So all the environments and everything you see here, we have we have done this commercial and we showed it to them and they were amazed. So this was like one of the commercials where they didn't have any input or anything to just make it look worse. So. Yeah.
He looks a little bit like Darth Vader, though. Like
maybe, yeah.
And also like we see the semi-transparent bones inside, and it's just like crazy. It's like nuts. Like I have to say, it looks really pretty, but it doesn't really look like frozen chicken. I've frozen chickens in my life. It doesn't look like this at all.
You actually have to see the ending of the guy, like how he dies in the commercial.
Do you have the commercial on the website here?
Yeah, sure.
Let's have a look. I need to see this. I have to say, like, apologies to the next person that I'm reviewing. I know we're behind, and if you are in the chat, I do apologize that we're a bit behind and we still have to do a break. So I hope you don't mind that we're a bit behind. So we are, because we should have done a break already 15 minutes ago. But if you're in the chat, please let me know if it's all okay with you. Okay, let's watch this commercial because I think it's worth watching. See if the sound. Yeah, this is probably not going to be playing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Whoa! Oh, I think it crashed. Oh, look at that. Your video crashed my browser. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think the sound is going to be an issue. So I'm just gonna like put this. Right. Okay, let's watch it. It crashed again. Damn. Okay. Maybe why is it crashing? That's weird. I was gonna go to another browser here and see if it helps. Safari doesn't like your video.
Google Meet wants to use Chrome for the video.
Yeah, let's try this.
ნედლი სუფთა გამარჯვება ბიუ ქართული ნედლი ქათამი ყოველთვის უკეთეს.
That's great. That's fantastic, man. Well done. I have to say though, I'm a vegetarian, so it's not gonna go for me, but it is really funny. Congratulations, my friend. You made me laugh there.
Thanks.
Yeah, I always find it fascinating. My browser broke. I have 380 gigs of RAM. How can it break? Like how much RAM do I have to have for browsers to work? Like, Jesus. Like, look, I have 327 gigs free and still the browser broke. Like how could Chrome, like, what the hell? How much RAM and how much CPU do I need to run a browser? Oh, my God. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool, man. And I'm glad to hear that you guys had some freedom and some. That was great, man. Okay, so let's continue here with. I should go a little bit faster because we're going on for a long time. But yeah, I like the Fast and Furious Need for Speed thing here going on. Looks exactly like the Need for Speed games from 2010.
Yeah, that was the plan.
It looks great. So what is it like? Is it a commercial for what?
It's a commercial for a petroleum company.
Okay.
So yeah, so they were like emphasizing the side of their petrol where it increases the power and reliability and all this kind of stuff. So we had some shots in the commercial where the car was driving fast and the car was driving in the woods and all this kind of shots put together.
It looks really good. Looks really good. I love Need for Speed. Like, so I love racing games, and I have to say I have every single Need for Speed game that ever came out. Like on my desks there. Like it's like 55 games or something. Going all the way back to the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1. I have all of them. Every single Need for Speed.
That's amazing.
And all the Formula 1 games as well. I mean, I love racing games.
Yeah, I'm also a huge car guy, so this was exciting for me as well because I have directed this as well. So,
yeah, that's cool, man. No, I love cars as well, and I have a little wheel to play on my PlayStation 5, and I have all the Formula 1 games. And of course, I'm obsessed with Formula 1. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm not doing anything else but starting to watch the practices. Cool, man. Very
Thanks.
well made. So what's going on with this little fella here?
This guy is actually a mascot for a insurance company. So they had this idea to bring him alive and kind of, yeah,
That's
stuff.
cool. Okay, cool. Well, I really have nothing to say. It's really funny and cute. It's a commercial, so
Yeah.
cool. And then you have another car here. What is this?
So this is from the same company, same commercial.
Oh wow.
With the character. So we have shot this foreground with the car and the environment, and we had to add these asteroids and all the explosions and stuff. So yeah.
And the camera shake as well, or was it off camera?
There was the camera shake inside the shot, but we have added more, so we have exaggerated that as well.
Yeah. This looks fantastic. Looks really good.
Thank you.
It's very well, real well good. I'm starting to think that you have the best work more to the end, but this is not a regular showreel to get a job like usually my students do. So it's different. It's a commercial showreel.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what is going on here?
So this was also shots, everything, and we have added this effects on top of the girl. So we had to create a 3D character, then track her on top, and then do this kind of shading, with the lines and the neons and everything. So
was she already lit on set, or did you have to do relighting on her?
Yeah, so we had a couple of lights from the left and the right side to match the end result with the blue lights. So it helped us out with integration as well at a later stage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, looking really good. And
Thanks.
so the whole thing is a set. It's just this, right? Like everything else is a set. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. And then these aliens here, like looking,
Yeah,
buying a
these guys.
motorbike, I guess.
Yeah, so this was a Suzuki commercial actually done for an Indian market as well. And we had to replace the head of the guy on the right side, and then the guy on the left side is full CG character.
Yeah, looks good. I think you guys did a good job with the depth of field matching, especially because it's
thank you.
completely focused there.
Yeah.
It looks good. The design of the aliens is a bit nuts, but
Yeah. It is.
But yeah, it looks good. Full CG guy. It's very reflective, but I guess that's what he is. He has like this kind of weird superhero suit of some
Yes.
kind.
Yeah.
Cool. The only thing I kind of feel, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I would have to try it on set, but wouldn't they reflect more into this thing? I'm not sure. Would they? Like maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, we were also discussing that on set, to be honest, and we were trying with different kind of objects how they would reflect inside the tail lights. But to be honest, there was not much of a reflection. But you're right. Maybe we should have added it to add like more realism.
No. If I was on set, the only thing I would have done is I would have picked up two people from the set and sit them there, like so that they would stand there, like in exactly the same place as the aliens are, and then I would have seen if they would have reflected or not. Maybe not. Maybe sometimes sometimes I'm on set and something we think should be there, it shouldn't. So it could be really that the angle of the light, maybe it is not reflecting, and also maybe they're too far in the front, or they might not even be reflecting. But I think you guys did a great job. Really like the eyes. The eyes looks great. They're really, really going for this motorbike, aren't they?
They're stealing it actually.
Okay. They're like, oh my God, this is the best motorbike we've ever seen. Is that the same?
Spaceship.
Is that still the same commercial?
It's their spaceship, actually. They stole the bike and they flew away.
So you guys have some rather big noise on the motion blur here. Little trick that I've learned in the past is that this was the Flame guys that at the mill that used to teach them. They were very patient people, and so they would paint everything frame by frame. And so the advice would be go to Nuke and just paint all of these things with a smudge, one by one. This is what they used to do all the time on Flame to fake motion blur, and because then you can get rid of all of this, like you can just smooth and blur with the brush this thing. so that you get rid of. But obviously, advice to everyone on the chat: only do it on when you're actually finished, so you don't have to do it all the time again. Cool. Then we have a close up on the eye here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from the Honda commercial that we did last year for the Dubai market.
Cool.
They had this launch campaign of the Honda ZR-V. It's an SUV. So yeah, this is the full CG except of the girl in the background that you saw there.
Yeah, it looks great. Very, very high stylized thing going on here.
Yeah, this is also a full CG shot.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's no real. It looks really good. Is this like a made up city, or is this like supposed to look like a city of somewhere?
No. This is a made up city that they asked us to somehow resemble Dubai in a way, but not exactly, like not 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, looks great. I like the shadow look of it, and the darkness of it is really moody and nice.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. And then we have these Playmobil / Lego rip-offs here. What's going on here?
So we have actually designed these characters based on the inspirations from the Lego movie characters and the environment as well. And this is also for one of the international companies that they wanted to do a commercial here in Georgia because they also have the offices here. So they are a company that have like different sort of operators that help you out in different solutions. Like if you're lost in the woods, you call them and they guide you to go out of the woods and stuff like that. It's kind of a strange way of doing stuff, but they wanted this commercial like they wanted it to be colorful, like Lego style. And I think we managed it because they loved it in the end.
Yeah, and it looks fantastic. Like the whole thing looks fantastic. Like the materials look fantastic. Like especially here, look at this. This is beautiful. The way that you guys made the table here and the little cans and also the little plastic looking computer there. That looks really nice. Like looks really, really nice. Well done.
Thank you.
The design is also really cool. It reminded me a little bit of Playmobil as well, not just Lego. Because Playmobil was like a bit more humanoid than Lego. So it reminds me of that. And I like the little nubs for the hands, and the lighting is really on point. It really looks like a real volume animation. So it's very nice. Very well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the semi-transparency and the surface scattering you guys have going on here. Yeah, very pretty. Very good design as well. So were you guys responsible of the design itself completely?
Yeah, For everything like from ground up, we did the character designs and the environments and the animation, everything. So everything you see here, we have done its own in-house.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Very well made. Okay, cool. And then we have, I love that there's like promotional purposes. Yes, of course, because this is not going to happen.
So this is also from the game, like with the characters that you liked.
The girl in the
It's these two shots are from the same project.
Cool, excellent. And then you finish with the logo. Cool.
Yeah.
The logo there, which is the guy with the motorbike, isn't it? From that.
Absolutely. This is the intro to the commercial. So
this is a nice looking shot. Really nice looking shot. Props to the DOP there. It's really nice, beautiful shot. Almost nighttime. Or is it early? No, this is nighttime. Early morning.
Yeah, we have shot it early in the morning, and we have just replaced the sky and added the spaceship in the background. So yeah,
it's very pretty. Okay, cool. Well, cool. That was it, really. I mean, well done, my friend. Like, your company is killing it. Like, you have really good work there. I mean, few minor tweaks and minor little things. Probably have more to do with feedback, client-related things, and
it's mostly time and how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think from all of them, we already. I don't need to go through it again, but there was very rarely anything that really was bad. Like it was like this grass was a bit weird, and there was the rip on the girl there with the CG, and I think everything else kind of like this thing should have been fixed, but that's it really. And if you guys want to like really work with Netflix and Amazon, you need to like be thorough with those things, like be careful with that.
Sure, sure.
But this all looks really good. These look a little bit ugly, but that's the design, not really your problem.
Yeah.
The design itself. This is really, really good work. The car and everything else here looks fantastic.
Thank you so
This
much.
this is super funny. It's really cool, and the car looks great as well. Yeah, this is really good work. You guys have a lot of really good work. This is really cool as well, the Lego thing. Yeah, very good work, my friend. Congratulations to you and your entire team.
Thank you, Hugo. Thank you.
And I hope you guys have best of luck and a lot of really good work in the future, and get a lot of shows from Netflix and from Amazon and from everyone else, and Disney and everything. I really hope so, because that will really be the next stage, because you're already
Yes,
making
absolutely.
commercials on a really high level, and this is now the next step. Let's move on to other more complicated and more bigger things. It's very well made, my friend.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and I truly appreciate you taking the time of to do this. Actually, this portfolio review is an amazing thing that you're doing, and kind of returning to the society. Whatever you can do. So thank you so much again, for your honest opinions and thoughts, and thanks for not being super critical
No, no, no,
over our words,
no.
but
I think you guys did amazingly well, and I feel like the work is really good. I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen real quick, and so that we can get you back again on the screen here for everyone to see. So no, I have to thank you for coming along and to sharing the work. Like I said, I didn't saw it before, so I had my complete honest first reaction to it. It's very good work, and I can't wish you best of luck with everything in the future. And thank you so much for your kind words.
yeah,
It means a lot to me.
thank you so
Really
much.
does. Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much, Hugo. Once again, yeah, I truly appreciate you taking time to do
No
this. To
problem.
be
And
honest,
maybe
yeah,
someday I'll
thank you.
visit Georgia and I'll go and say hello to you.
Absolutely, we would love to have you here. So anytime you decide to come here, please just write to me, and I'll be your guide here. It's
Of
not a
course, I
problem.
was quite curious because that photo of the city looks really
Yeah.
pretty, really beautiful.
Yes.
I'm always traveling and visiting new places and having taking photos and everything. So I might do that. I might go and check it out.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. You should.
good luck with Spain. I hope you win. I mean, as a Portuguese, I really hope Spain loses.
Yeah. 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 I guess it.
We're very long rivals all
Yeah.
over the centuries. So hope they lose and hope Georgia moves forward.
Let's see. Let's
Um,
see how it goes. Yeah.
cool,
Sure.
man. Well,
All
have
right.
a
Thank
great
you.
day, and I'll see you all later.
You
You're
too.
always welcome to come back. Just tell me. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Hugo.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
See you later.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.
Okay, cool. So, again, apologies to the next artist that we are doing the review. I know we are 10 minutes behind on your review. I hope you don't mind that we are 10 minutes late for your review. We're going to be another 10 minutes late, I'm afraid, because I need to do a break. I need to go and stretch my legs. We've been doing this for an hour and a half. We do a responsible stream here, don't forget. So I'll leave you on the break. As always, you know how this goes. It's 10 minutes, the break. During the break, I'm going to be showing you the BenQ commercial. And I'm going to be also showing you the commercial for the book from my wife, from Anna. So if you want, stick around to watch that. If not, you can put a timer. I always put a timer as well, 10 minutes, and then we'll be back in exactly 10 minutes. Yeah, I guess that's it, really. Again, I can't thank you enough for all the kind words and all the amazing feedback we've been getting here on the chat. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere in exactly 10 minutes, okay? I'll see you all very soon.
Hello everyone! I'm super excited to give you a glimpse of my first cookbook, Green Recipes for All, featuring over 50 dishes inspired by amazing Mediterranean foods. Inside, you can find recipes made with a variety of fresh, healthy, and versatile ingredients and popular plant-based products. These are great choices whether you already follow a plant-based diet or simply wish to cook a few weekly meat-free meals to reduce your overall meat consumption. In the book, you'll find a wide range of new and exclusive recipes, from soups and big salads to main courses and desserts, as well as some of the most popular recipes here on my channel, such as the perfectly cooked non-stick rice or the tabbouleh-style bulgur and mixed bean salad. Not forgetting a new version of the delicious tofu chocolate mousse. So, if you'd like to have a look at my book and try some of the recipes, just visit any Amazon marketplace and order a copy, which is available in hardcover, paperback or digital formats. Hope you enjoyed the book, have fun cooking, and see you next time.
Okay, I am back. Thank you so much for all of you still being here. Apologies for the next reviewer that I'm a bit behind. Yeah, it's really hot. It's really warm in London. Jesus, it's like 30 degrees. So I got my beverage. Now, I keep saying this on all screens. I am not sponsored by Green Cola, but I wish I was. So, if Green Cola, if you're watching, please consider sponsoring my channel. It would have been amazing because look at that. It's green cola. It's like green screen cola. Why don't you make like green screen cola? It would have been perfect. It's my favorite beverage. And let's open it up. Oh my God, that's lovely. Again, I keep saying to everyone, I do not sponsored by Green Cola at all. But it is a lovely cola that has no acids. It doesn't break your teeth. It has nothing artificial. It's a completely natural cola. It's fantastic. But yeah, it's really hot. And wanted to ask everyone here on the chat. Anyone on the chat playing Elden Ring? I'm right now obsessed with the DLC. And, oh my God. I've already killed 3 of the main bosses of the DLC, so I'm almost done with the DLC. Anyone else? Yeah, I saw that message that you were the winner and you never got an email. Apologies for that. I did send the email to everyone, so I'll chase this up after the stream. I do apologize that maybe the email wasn't... didn't come through, something, maybe it bounced. I will check again once it's the end of the stream. I do apologize if you didn't get the nuke course. I always check. I always send it to everyone, so maybe I've sent it to the wrong email. Yeah, you're right, Armis. The DLC is so good. It is so good. Now, having said that, I am level 220 right now. Yeah, 220. So I am so overpowered that it's been very easy. Like, I mean, I've killed 3 Remnants bosses now, and I killed them, all of them, like at the 3rd or 4th try. You know, not like before where I had to like fight them 50 times or something. So I think I'm a bit overpowered. You know, I have the Blasphemous Blade. I have full... I'm like a tank. I have like the shield. I'm basically posed as a tank. And I'm on New Game 2, New Game Plus. And I'm at 220, something like that. And I'm just overpowered. I think I'm going to remove the Blasphemous Blade. Because I feel like it's not fair. I am so powerful. I have 80 of Fate. I'm so powerful that I think it's becoming ridiculous. I'm like, I am too powerful. You know. I know. If I play Geld Bale, it's going to be hard because the Blasphemous Blade with fire won't really work for them. Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about Elden Ring. I should do a video. I should do a stream with Elden Ring. I should really do streams because I love that game. It is one of my favorite games ever. And but I am so overpowered that it's not even funny anymore. Anyway, I've played now. I'm a bit ashamed of this because I've been playing it for 2 years now. I've played 200 hours on the game now so far. So I have 200 hours in that game. It is by far like the game that I've played the most. Maybe Gran Turismo was the first one, but I think Gran Turismo I would have played maybe 200 hours on the last one. But I think by far this is without being a racing game, I think this would have been the game that I've played the most ever, you know. So anyway, we'll talk about Elden Ring some other day. And again, apologies to View. I will email you and chase that up after. Okay, so let's bring in the next contestant. and let's see how this goes. This will be the last one. After this, we'll do the giveaway. Don't forget. I'll be joining now. Hopefully they're here. So Matteo, I hope you're here, and then I can bring you in. Oh, I'm playing the game in PS5, so I don't have any mods. I'm playing it on the PS5 because I've platinumed the game. I was really looking forward to have trophies, but there was no trophies on the game. Okay, anyway. So, okay, Matteo, I'm here. How are you here?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello there. How's it going?
All good. All good. How are you doing?
Give me just 1 second. Let me just like put full screen here so that everyone can see you as well. Okay, everyone can see you now as well. So, Matteo, again, apologies that we're like 15 minutes late to your review. The other review took a bit longer than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend?
Yeah. Well, I'm Mateo. I just graduated as a visual effects student. I'm focusing on compositing and lighting. I like compositing a lot. So, yeah, I'm from Ecuador, and
You calling from Ecuador? All right, right now as well.
like I'm here in the U.S. now, but I'm from Ecuador
Okay,
originally.
cool. And how long have you been? You said you're studying. How long have you been doing visual effects?
Right now I've been doing visual effects for 4 years, but I've been focusing on compositing like 2 years now. So
Cool. And have you worked professionally on anything so far, or are you still just doing personal work?
right now I'm just doing personal work. I haven't worked on
Okay.
any.
And what's your aspirations? What do you want out of life? What are your goals? Like, you have this showreel. What is your like dream job?
So right now I would love to work on commercial stuff, doing like compositing work, but ultimately it's just making movies. That's always been the dream.
Cool,
So
man. Cool.
yeah.
Well, I hope you get to do that.
Thank you.
Never been in Ecuador. That's one place I've never been. How's the industry in Ecuador? Like how is it?
Okay, in Ecuador it's mostly commercial stuff, like doing Blender and After Effects mostly.
Okay.
But we had like a little huge like grow because of like there's a YouTube channel called Enchufe that was like really huge on internet. So it's been mostly like since then the industry has been growing up. So yeah.
And what about films? Is there like films as well and things like that?
Right now there's a little bit of films producing in Ecuador, but there's not as much.
And would you like to stay in Ecuador, or are you thinking of going somewhere else? What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I would love to. Well, I was trying to get an internship here in the US. I've been trying to like search for it, but I would love to move around.
Move around
the
and
planet.
where the work is. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. Sounds good.
but yeah, also I would love to come back to Ecuador to like do this stuff because it's a growing industry. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Okay, well. Anyway, I'm gonna share my screen, and so that we can go to your showreel. Looking forward to doing this. I'm gonna just like share my screen real quick here. If you just apologies, sorry about that. I wasn't supposed to do a mirror effect for you. Apologies for that. Okay, so yes, that's it. That's what I wanted. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna first like play the showreel here. We'll talk about it in a minute. And once we've played it for a little bit. So let me just put it looping here. I'm not showing it to people yet. I'm not putting sound because I want to be claimed on YouTube. I'm not sure what kind of music you have here, but yeah, I'll put it on the screen there. Everyone can see it now. So yeah, everyone is watching it now. Let's go through it. Really, I haven't seen it yet. So, okay, cool. Okay, I have some personal work here.
Yeah, this was a film that we did with some friends. It was like a short film about racing. It was nice.
And this showreel is this showreel you've already sent out, or you're not sending it yet, or have you sent it out to companies and things like that?
This one I have not, because
Mm-hmm.
there's like a little bit of work that I just added.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty much new stuff.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Let's just watch it a little bit more here. Oh, I might want to put you guys. I'm gonna put us on the top here because I wanna read what you have on the text there.
Mhm.
So you have a bunch of stuff written there. Okay, cool. And so you basically have your skill set between compositing, Nuke, and Houdini. I guess is that your main two softwares that you're using?
Like I mostly use Nuke, but I can go around Houdini and Maya to like create my own AUVs and render layers per se. So I
Okay.
have a little bit of knowledge of that, and
Okay.
also I do lighting. So
Okay, cool. Okay,
I've been jumping around.
that's cool, man. That's cool. Okay, let's start. It's really good showreel. Really good work, man.
Thank you.
Very good work. So let's start from the beginning. So, like your opening credits as well. It's really nice. Okay, it's cool. Tell me a little bit about this then. So you said a project you did with some friends, color correction, CG integration, atmosphere, green screen, Nuke, environment, set lighting. Cool. And so, how was the experience of this?
Yeah. So for this shot, I had to do some shots that involved like the same scene, and it was nice because I was talking with some friends about how can I add atmosphere or like add a little bit of vignetting and lens distortions and stuff like that. So it was a nice test that I did, and then we ended up deciding that like my shots were going to the main video per se,
Cool.
and yeah, it was nice. I had a little bit of trouble with the hair. It took a little bit of time, but
Yeah.
at the end, it just like it was a lot of fun, definitely.
Is there a light? Oh yeah, there's a light here. Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, there's a big light.
Hmm.
I'm going to do something. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just like take us out from here, and I'll just put. People don't need to see us anyway, so they can hear us. That's fine. So I was just wondering about this because there's like a big light here pointing in her air, and I must say that the shot looks fantastic. I think you did a fantastic job. Now I'm going to just nitpick a few things which I think could improve your shot.
Hmm.
I have a feeling that I'm not completely aware where this light would be coming from. So it's because, of course, on set you had a spot here, and
Yeah.
now on the stage you don't have a spot. Now I could believe that maybe there's a light off screen because we kind of see a lot of light here, but I'm having a hard time believing that this would have been so powerful. And what was it exactly? So I feel like if I was doing this shot myself, I would have made that part of the stage. I would have made that part of the set, like having some kind of light there. Or if I was doing this, I would have maybe put the light somewhere else. Maybe the light could have been a bit more off screen, or maybe behind her a bit more. Because there is like somehow how the shot looks great, but it just looks a little tad fake because of
Okay.
the light direction. I kind of feel like it would have been nice if you had like maybe either a backlight on the set, and then you could have played around with that on the stage. But this is a very small nitpick, and I feel like the shot overall still looks really good, and I really like your glint and like your atmospheres, really like your background. Depth of field is looking great. I think you did a really good job. But it's just this light direction that I'm kind of like curious about. But again, it depends if the light maybe was off screen. It could also depend on other shots that would have been shown before and after. So
No, yeah. We tried. I did this background with a friend. We were trying to see how we can match to main actor, but we just kind of really didn't figure it out. So we just had to roll with it. But yeah, it's a nice suggestion.
Yeah, cool. And another thing as well, like I think you did a fantastic job with the keying. Looks really good, really clean, very detailed, especially because you had so many semi-transparency locks of hair there, and it's almost like lost into the background, the blonde hair there. And you did a really good job recovering all that detail. I can kind of see that it's mostly there, and then you kind of like brought back a little bit of it. It's looking great. Even when it moves, I don't really see any fuzziness on the key. Yeah, you did a fantastic job with the keying there. So well done. It's really nice how nice this hair looked like. Yeah, that's good. Very good. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So then we have a little robot there, and then some people, and yeah, it's all kind of the same thing. And again, overall, you did a great job with all the keys. This dude, of course, was a bit easier because of his hair, but also did a good job with the spill suppression as well. This dude's hair is also looking really good. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, cool. Next up, Passport to Uncharted Horizons, color correction, CG integration, atmosphere, and digital matte painting in Nuke, set dressing, texture. I mean, pretty much you did almost everything except, of course, the textures and the dust FX, but you did a lot of work here. So tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so basically this was a project that we did under the mentorship with the Mail New York, and we were trying to create like a short, to commercial. So, and for this shot, we were trying to see who would do the environment, and I ended up doing environment. So it was nice. I played a little bit with Houdini on that, and then basically I had to extend the background with mountains and in Nuke do a projection and bring the camera from the render
Cool
to here. So
it looks really good. Let's go through it. I think the motorbike is completely spot on. The compositing of it and the shading and lighting and the full environment looks fantastic. The stones, the stones, the floor. This is really, really good work. Very, very good work. And the mountainous range on the back there looks very nice with the depth of field and the atmospherics. You did a great job. There's only two things that I think are not perfect, but also, they're very good, but will be like two small nitpicks. First off would be the mountains at the end. I feel like, let's just wait for it to go a bit more to the end there. You see, you have a really beautiful integration happening here. It's like a really beautiful integration with the haze of the foreground mountains and then the background mountains. And that kind of gets lost a bit on the other side. And I think that's probably because I'm assuming these are really high mountains and there's the ones on the back there, because we don't have any mountains in between. Sorry, what? Yeah, it's because we don't have mountains in between, and there's no haze to control that. These are not as well integrated as the ones on the front, So they kind of like get lost a bit. It's a really small nitpick. For the majority of the time, I think they'd look great. Another thing as well that I would say is that you have disconnected motion blur going on here. So we have incredibly amounts of motion blur on the back mountains, not so much on these mountains, and then there's a lot of motion blur on the foreground. So it looks to me like this edge of these mountains is not responding to the motion blur the same way. It's almost like the vectors or the motion blur settings were either cut by some alpha or not behaving correctly. So they work fine on the depth of field. It's only when you go really quickly.
When you whip.
When you do the whip. And this could be easily fixed. If the vector's not working, you can just get like a directional blur to fake it. You can animate with a directional blur and just like blur it just on those frames, you know. Or if
Gotcha.
you want, you can smooth this with some paint as well if you want to. But again, it's a small nitpick. And then third, last but not least, I think you did you guys, all of you, because there's 3 people here I can see on the entire project. You guys all did an amazing job with the whole thing, and the simulation, the dust simulation, is fantastic. Having said that, I wish it had more detail, just a little bit more. It looks a bit to me like it required more resolution and more sampling and more resolution on the actual dust itself, because it kind of looks like it's slightly pixelated and slightly not with the same resolution as the rest of the shot. And that could, of course, be... This is the typical problem when students are doing these kind of projects. Obviously, they don't have the power of a render farm to render it. Like, they can't render it with the highest quality because their machines will melt, you know. So, obviously, this is a nitpick that I don't think usually students need to fix. I'm just, like, saying that that's a little bit inconsistent. And also, the edges... When we see the motion blur in with the van, you see this is all kind of working really well as I go frame by frame here, but then it kind of breaks right here. See, look here. You have like a broken edge there, and you have a broken edge there with the motion blur, and then it's another broken edge here and another broken edge there. This is an edge which is most likely the motion blur fighting with the depth of field with the Z depth pass and the vector pass. This is very common, and it doesn't happen here anymore. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames.
8 frames.
So what I would suggest would be to go and just paint this. So if you get a blur brush, you can just brush this out, you know, like all of this, which
Like
is the paint.
the line.
Yeah, just blend the line and blur this line frame by frame. It's only 8 frames. You can just go with the paint tool and just paint that over. Again, we don't see it when it plays. We only see it when it stops. You know. So those are the only 3 things, really small nitpicks. The shot looks fantastic. So I think you guys did a great job. You know, so.
Nice, thank you. No, yeah, I was...
guys, I'm assuming, is that girl's name or is a guy name? I'm sorry.
Is she?
Is she? Okay, so yeah, all of you did a great job. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a girl's name. Okay, cool. Yeah, but the shot is fantastic. How was the mill with it? Like, did it like it, the shot?
Yeah, we had a little bit of back and forth with them, but at the end it was approved. So
cool, man.
Yeah, there were just a little of minor fixes.
Cool.
With those
That's
edges, but yeah.
They should have noticed those things, though.
Definitely.
As a former mill guy as well, like I'm like telling them, as someone that has also worked at the mill, I was like, they should have noticed that. Okay, so cool. That's excellent. So tell me a little bit about this one: color correction, CG integration, clean plate, scan replacement, tracking, texturing, lighting, Houdini. What's going on here?
Yes. So this was a short that I, like a personal short that I did. This shot was just to see how I can comp the robot into like grass, because that was like one of the things that I had in my mind, like how do people just comp stuff into grass? So I was doing that, and then also like I did a sky replacement and did like a little bit of projection and like paint out based on the projection.
Yeah, you remove some people as well, a person, a sign. You remove also the other. Yeah, did some cleanup. Looks great. I like your grade as well. I like the glow and the fuzzy glow diffuse that you get here with the sun. That's nice. Really like your integration with the grass. That's really nice. Like the grass being in front and on the back of the robot as well. Now, Having said that, like the robot itself, and maybe that was the objective, the robot itself almost looks like it's made of ivory, you know? It's
Yeah.
like a semi-transparent plastic almost. That was the intent, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
was.
So it's a very unusual material for a robot, but it's really well achieved. The only thing that brings down your shot a little bit, and that's nothing to do with you really, is the animation. You know, obviously that's a different world, a different kind of worms. Animators are usually just doing animation anyway,
Yeah.
and so it is the only thing that kind of like brings down your shot a little bit. It's the animation. It's almost like I feel like it's a bit too stiff and he's moving a little bit too slowly in slow motion. Would have been nice if did you animate it yourself or did you had someone helping you?
I tried to have somebody helping me, but at the end I just had to keyframe some stuff just to have a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
maybe next time consider maybe downloading a pre-made animation that you can find on web, or maybe buy a stock animation of like some mocap capture. You know, maybe consider that because I'm not saying it should be any fancy. It could just be a little small walk cycle or just a little standing around, but maybe try to get something better because it is a really small nitpick, but it does bring down the shot ever so slightly because of that, you know.
okay. Yeah.
But the rest, I think, looks good. Now, one thing that it's a little strange for me if I really start thinking too much about it, and normally we shouldn't really think too much about things, but it's a bit weird that it's a super sunny day and it's super bright, and then these lamps, these lights that
glowing.
they're super glowing, which means they're super bright. They would be so bright that it would be so. It kind of looks to me that maybe they shouldn't be glowing because normally if you go outside and if there's lights on, they don't
wouldn't
usually
glow.
glow because the lights just get scattered to the sunlight, you know. So I think I would say that the bottom half of your robot looks better than the top half, you know. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So would you recommend turn down the glow? And
Yeah, I would recommend, even if I go to the breakdown, you see that looks better to me. Like
Okay.
even without being on, that looks actually better than even having a glow even.
Gotcha.
I think I would buy this. Okay, it's some kind of inner light that they have, but if it was a nighttime shot, that's different, of course. But because it's not nighttime, it's a bit different. Cool. Okay, rider, color correction, CG compositing, deep compositing, color grading, color matching, sky replacement, lens effects, and be careful that lens is not written like that.
yeah.
You should
Typo.
remove the E. Not that it's a big thing, but I'm I noticed. Okay, cool. Tell me a little bit about this.
So this was from the first shot that we saw with the people. This was also like a shot from that
Oh,
blue
so
short
it's
film.
from
Yeah.
these people? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
so,
Rider. Yeah, I see. It's Rider. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it was like a racing short film that my friends did, and I like they let me come this shot too. So it was nice because I had to try deep compositing.
Yeah.
As well as some projection, and yeah, it was a fun project.
It looks great. Here he is. We'll get back to him in a second. I think you did a fantastic job with the whole thing. The only thing that I noticed right away, and yeah, I motion blur looks on point. The staging, the camera angle, the little glint and glow that you have on the materials, that looks great. The design, the whole thing is looking really, really, really cool. The only thing that brings it down is this moment when he shoots. Like this is a bit strange. You see, like that is just a bit strange because you get this guy's massive blow. I don't even know what it is. This is like, it's just strange how you get this mass of yellow, and then the funnels like get lit up, and then the missile, I guess it comes from there, but then it is over there.
Yeah.
So it's almost like not looking like it came out of that hole, you know. So minus this moment of shooting, then once it's off, it looks fantastic. Like this is all good. Like this is great. Missiles look great. The little glow on the smoke looks great. The motion blur looks great. That's all cool. It's just, I think you should work a bit better on this, the moment of ignition. And what I would advise you to do is to go and see military videos of how missiles shoot, and just go frame by frame. Go on YouTube, download the video from YouTube, go frame by frame on the video, and just try to understand how it works. I would assume that you should have a much more bright flare, a much more bright glow in the middle, in the entire middle of this. And then I would say that the tube of the rocket should really be connected where the rocket is coming out. So yeah, just go in and see rockets being shot from these, especially these, you know, these trucks that have like the backside shoots rockets. Like try to see if you can find a reference online for that, you know. I don't even know. Not entirely sure what I would look for to search that, but let's just see. So rocket truck. Let's just see if, yeah, this kind of thing. It's these kind of rockets, but it has to be the ones with tubes. Let's see here. So tube rockets. Yeah, we need to see one shooting though.
Like one shooting.
Yeah, one of
With the
these
missiles.
with the tubes. Yeah, just see if I can find one. We would have to find one. I just need to see the name of them. Yeah, okay, rocket launcher. That's the name. Rocket launch. I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about weapons, so I wouldn't know the name, the exact name. Let's just go to YouTube and see if we can find something real quick here. Yeah, that's not from the front. God damn it. Truck. That's not from the front. That's from the side. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You can.
Yeah, but it
there
kind of
we
has
go.
like
Yeah.
a glow to it.
Yeah, I see. Like it's. See how? Okay, let's have a look at this one. Apache. Oh, look at that. The chat knows Apache rocket tube. Oh my god, that is a specific man. I'm not an expert on this at all. Oh, wait. Let's see if we can see a close up. That's too far off. This is like a full video of them shooting missiles, I guess. The history of missile shooting.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm curious. What is the Apache rocket tube? Thanks, Nub, for the suggestion. Let's see here. Apache rocket tube. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you get the picture, right? Like,
Yeah.
basically what I would do in your place would be find one that is similar to this. The Apache would be a good one. And just copy. Just completely copy what you see there. And that's it, you know. I can tell you that it's definitely not that happens. You know, so. And that's really, to be honest, the only thing that you have wrong on the shot. Everything else looks fantastic. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to go back to the little robot. And now it's nighttime. So that glow makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
So
Okay.
tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
Yeah,
I have other notes about it, but yeah, tell me what's going on.
So yeah, this is another shot that I was doing for the same short film. I did the environment for it, and for this one, I was just curious about how to do heat distortion and, you know, calm fire. So I came up with this little scene.
Cool.
And so yeah, that's.
So do it by parts. So I think the robot looks great. The glow looks great. The whole thing looks great. The only thing that I'm not buying is the fire. And so I think you did a good job with the displacement. I think you did a good job with the robot, with the stars, with the background, the sky. That's all looking good, and the displacement as well. It's a nice touch. It's the fire that I'm not really believing. And this is because this fire looks almost like a gasoline fire. It almost looks like it's one of those fires that you get, like the scale is a bit off. Usually, if this would have been logs of wood, the fire wouldn't look like that. You know, let me just see if I can find, again, reference is everything, really. Let's see here. So, big... fire, wood, nighttime. Not sure if this is gonna work, but I'm on YouTube. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I want to be on Google. Slow motion guys have it, yes, probably. Someone in the chat saying that. I just want to find something really large and really big. Perhaps that is that's probably not big enough.
Like it's too small, like the woods are too small to have like a huge fire.
Yeah. So I just feel like you see how fire usually on wood gets this kind of wisp around the wood. You get like the fire going in between the logs, and you get like this kind of like almost motion blurred windy fire. You have a blobby fire. Your fire looks like a gasoline propelled explosion. And so, you know, when cars explode in films, you get like this kind of like blob of fire coming out, and that's what your fire looks like. So I just think it's the wrong simulation, the wrong settings you have on it. It should be like it's just I just think it's too blobby. It has too much roundness. It's too wet. It's like too. I wish I could find something a bit better. Maybe festival fire. You know, sometimes they have like fires at festivals, like really huge ones. Maybe that's a better reference. Like these huge. Let's see here. Yeah, Nub also has a good point. It has to be faster as well. You see what I mean? Look at that. That's a really big one. You see? Like you get incandescent wood in the middle, and then pockets of really strong bursts of fire in between. And then a lot of particles, really small particles going on the top there. Not a lot of smoke, not very visible, the smoke, because it's nighttime. So I would just go through and find some festival fires and see if I can find a better reference for that, for a big fire, you know. Because usually wood log fires, they just look different, even if they're burning like that, you see. See how big this, you see? It never has a blob shape. It always has a wispy shape, always.
Gotcha.
So, you know. Nub is also saying, look up bonfire wood fires. They don't like being more than a few feet above wood. Unlikely. Yeah. Nub has a good point there. But yeah, it basically would be like he says, bonfire. Yeah, that was the word. Bonfire, wood fire. Bonfire wood. Oh, sorry, that's like bonfire.
So yeah, they're like little smaller.
Yeah, and that will look better, I think. Yeah, even when they're large, they never get blobby. They never get round.
It's more wispy. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what you see. This is a good reference actually, because you have like a very high fire, and you see it's not far out. It's just that it needs more detail on the wisp on the side here, and then your smoke needs to be warmer because it's like cold. It's blue, and it should be lit by the fire. See how the smoke in this reference here See how the smoke is like red?
Mm-hmm.
So that needs to happen as well on your fire. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool, man. Okay, that's the last shot, right?
Yeah.
It is. So overall, let's go through the whole thing. So I feel like did a great job with this shot. Remember, I was just like mentioning about the lighting direction,
lighting.
but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think you can do much about it. I think it's a good shot. You should definitely keep it on the showreel. This is a great shot, and it's only those little
Just
nitpicks
those.
with the painting and the back mountains, you know. This is great. I would definitely remove the glow from the robot for sure. This, I really think it's really good work, outstanding work. You just need to get the fire tube to
The
work a bit
direction.
better, yeah. And then, last but not least, this needs a new fire. So this
Okay.
is your apologies for my bluntiness. This is your worst shot.
Gotcha.
And right now, at this stage, it shouldn't be here. It should be better, you know.
Gotcha.
So yeah. But yeah, it's very good showreel. Now, having said all of that, Matteo, like as a compositing showreel, it's not a very good compositing showreel. It's mostly a generalist showreel because you're showcasing CG and compositing and matte painting and simulations, and so it's an excellent generalist showreel. But it's really not a compositing showreel. And the reason for that is because you don't have enough rotoscoping, you don't have enough footage, and you don't have enough cleanup on your showreel. For it to be a compositing showreel, you need to have more rotoscoping shots, cleanup shots, and more keying shots. Basically, you have too many CG shots.
Gotcha.
You know. But there's nothing wrong with them. They look amazing, so you should keep them. It's just that you need to add something else to it, you know. Maybe consider this, you know, like maybe leave everything, and because your showreel is 1.5 minutes, I don't think it should be longer. I think if you can fix everything, maybe skip this fire shot.
Okay.
I'm talking about on the compositing reel. So you could have two versions of the reel, and you could have one which is complete compositing where you send it to compositing positions, and then you can have a generalist showreel which has everything. But the compositing showreel, you could remove this shot and either put a rotoscoping shot where you only have rotoscoping, or maybe one extra keying shot, you know.
So for rotoscoping, would you suggest what type of shot would you suggest?
Doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it's like a really well achieved rotoscope where we see the shapes. So it could just be like, you know, a person running, it could be a person on a bicycle, it could be like a bunch of people on the street. You can go to a stock site to get the footage. It doesn't really matter, as long as we get to see the black and white matte. And then we need to see the shapes. I want to see like the individual shapes of how you did the breakup of the roto. And there's no problem if you use machine learning to do the roto. It doesn't really matter. You can do a starting with machine learning and then finish the roto yourself. As long as you have one single full rotoscoping shot on the showreel, I think you really need that because it's missing on your showreel. But again, you could use machine learning to help you with, especially with the fantastic tools on Copycat. You can probably get that to help you a little bit with it, you know. So, yeah.
Okay. And what about cleanup? Like, would you suggest that I add also like a cleanup shot, or is that like a?
I mean, it depends on what you have in mind. Like the cleanup that you have on your showreel is not enough. Like you only have this. That's the only cleanup you have, which is basically that woman, the sign, and this side thing here. It's good. It's well made, but it just you need to have something that is a bit larger, a bigger cleanup. You know, like so. You know, imagine removing all the signs of a street, or removing the fire hydrant of the street, or removing a full car from a street, or removing a chair or a table. Like try something more challenging. You know, and if you only want to have one shot, you could combine them. It could be one shot that has the cleanup and the roto in one single shot. Maybe either go and film something or find a clip, either on Pexels or on a free stock website, or go to Action VFX. They have a bunch of plates there as well. Maybe see if you can find some footage to help you, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But still keep in mind having a full show reel that has all this CG as well, because I do think depending on the position you're applying to, you could send different show reels, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool, man. Well, anything else that you would like to ask or talk about, or before we move on?
I don't think so. That was a great like it definitely needed look at my show reel. So now I have things to focus on, like things
Well,
to do.
I'm glad. Let me just stop presenting here. I'm glad you think that, and I'm happy to help. I'm glad that it worked for you. I hope it wasn't. Too harsh or too critical. Trying my best to be as constructive as possible, you know.
No, yeah, it was great. It was definitely great. Yeah, thank you
Okay.
so much for that.
No problem, no problem. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about or ask or anything?
I don't have any questions in mind right now.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
Matteo, you're always welcome. You always can come back once you do your changes. You can always come back and show us what you've done. You're always welcome on the show. And thank you so much for booking the time and to do the reel.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was great.
No problem. I'll see you later. Bye.
I'll see you.
Okay, cool. That was excellent. Well, thank you so much, Matteo. That was fantastic. It was really, really good to see your work. And yeah, I guess that's it. We have reached the end of our reel reviews. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm gonna do the giveaway now, and so I'll put the links on the chat again. If you haven't had the time to do it, remember you have to be here to win it. We have 50 people signed up for the giveaway. We'll be back on the Showreel Reviews in 2 weeks again. I can't thank enough everyone that jump into the call, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch my stream. Consider, as I said, consider buying my course if you like or want to learn new compositing. Consider also buying my wife's book as well if you like good food as well. Don't forget. And my courses are currently 50% off right now. So don't forget that. So as I put there that while we're doing the giveaway, I might as well just leave that while we're doing the giveaway. So if you are interested, all my courses are 50% off. There's no you don't have to put any code. It's automatically in 50%, the whole thing. And while I leave that on the screen, I'll do the giveaway now. So let's do the draw here, and I hope the person is here. I really hope so. Okay, so let's see. The winner is just I've rolled the dice here. So the winner of the Nuke course is okay, cool. So I think that's the name. Okay, so the winner is at all hates. At all hates. Hope you're here. Hope they are here. All hates won the new course. Or you here. Tell me something. Or you here. If you are, just say hello, and you've won the new course. Yeah. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Are you there? I'm waiting a few more minutes. Now, while we're waiting for them to say something, I'll answer the question that I have right now here. So I have a question from Sashin Bat. What are the main things we need to add for compositing showreel? Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I have a video on that on YouTube. But mainly what I was discussing, you want to make sure, you want to make sure you put in, You want to make sure you want to put in at least one rotoscoping shot, at least one keying shot. It has to be a difficult keying, just like the one Matteo had with blonde hair and hard keying. You have to at least have one cleanup shot. You should have at least one CG shot. You just want to make sure you showcase your skill set with compositing. That's really it. Doesn't need to be a lot of shots. It could be just 5, 4. It could just be 4 or 5 shots, or 3 or 4. 1 minute and a half tops, you know. So that's it. Okay, so are they here? Yeah, and Drav already answered as well. I don't think they're here. So I'm gonna run the giveaway again because no one is saying anything. So I'm gonna run this thing again. So they didn't win. So I'm revoking the winner. And I will run the thing again. So the winner of the Nuke course is okay, so okay, cool. Just 1 second. Okay, so the winner of the new course is Zener Enriquez. Well, I guess Zener Enriquez. That's the winner. Are you there? Are they here? Yeah, you're there. Okay, great. You've won the new course. Unless you're already one of my... are you already one of my students? Or maybe not. That's the winner there. Congratulations, my friend. So, yeah, that's it, really. So, as you see on the screen, my course is 50% off right now. My workshops are 50% off. And besides the 50% off, you can actually bundle them together and get even cheaper if you buy both of them. So you get 50% off plus 10% on the 50%. So it's like 60% off. So if you're interested, it's on the screen right now. I would like to thank everyone that was here today. I want to thank BenQ for supporting my channel as always. And thank you so much for being here. We had 324 people watching. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you in 2 weeks for more Honest Showreel Reviews. And I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Have fun with the Euro, with the Euro Championship. Have fun with some Formula 1 this weekend as well. And I'll see you all later. And goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.